Hey, Jonathan, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So good talking to you today. First off, thank you for allowing me to work with your team. It's been fun. So just wanted to know what really prompted you to want to train your team and anything else that you would like to share.
Sure. My name is Jonathan Roberts. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Restart Incorporated here in Kansas City, Missouri. We're an agency that is focused on ending homelessness in our community. We do that through housing and support services that are comprehensive, provide wraparound services, and have a really large footprint here in Kansas City, Missouri. And as I mentioned earlier, starting to expand those services and experiencing a lot of growth right now. We have an incredibly talented leadership team at Restart. I think the benefit from the training that we've engaged in with you, your team, is that we've been able to focus and do some evaluation and assessment about what our leadership strengths are, what our leadership styles are, and how they complement each other to move forward. And we have some really big things on the horizon here at Restart, and we need that level of support and a focus on the leadership and really evaluating what it is we are doing as a leadership team moving forward to maximize all the strengths that we have, to address those things that are challenges for us, fill in missing gaps, and have an understanding of what leadership maybe needs we have so that when we're evaluating moving forward, we are able to really effectively and proactively address those.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. So I'm a big believer that anything that you do in terms of investing your time and money, especially for an organization like yours, that makes a big difference in the community. You need to see some results. There needs to be a return on the investment. So I know we've been doing our training now for what, about seven weeks now. We still have three more sessions to go. I'm just curious, what are some of the changes that you've seen within your leadership team? Any kind of outcomes, any feedback that you are getting as a result of the training that we are doing?
Sure. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is we've, as a leadership team, really upped our game and set the bar a little higher in regard to expectations and how we engage with our stakeholders. And for me, it comes down to things as simple as communication, that I'm seeing a level of professionalism, a level of engagement and leadership that has been lacking a little bit. As I said before, we have a great leadership team. We always have room for progress, but I've noticed really an improvement in the quality interactions, how we respond to each other, how we lead, and how we work together as a large organization to really move this forward. So I think that really overall, there's just a new and exciting vibe within the leadership team, holding each other accountable, holding ourselves accountable, and really identifying those things that we've learned through the training that we haven't identified before, that we haven't even talked about before as a team, that now we can have conversations about our strengths, where we need to go, some things that we need to continue to work on. So I think that has been the great benefit from this training.
Yeah, awesome. And I totally agree with you. You have an amazing leadership team. I was thinking about your company the other day. The CEO shows up to these trainings, and I get to work with a lot of leaders, and some of them you find they're too busy. They can't even have a 1 hour meeting, but the CEO is consistently there, showing up to the meetings, not just to sit there, but she is participating in our training. So that's very impressive. Talk to me about the next big thing that you're focusing on. Of course, Restart is in Kansas City. You help a lot of people get back on their feet. So, what are you gearing to, and how do you see this training that we are doing right now? Basically, the skills and the insights and the concepts that we are teaching. How is that going to help you move to the next level?
Yeah, good question. So many great things going on for our agency right now. We are expanding to Johnson County with an emergency shelter. We've done a master plan for a new building for our main facility in Kansas City, Missouri. We're embarking upon permanent supportive housing, cottage communities that meet the needs of people experiencing homelessness to have their own home here in Kansas City as well, and looking at all sorts of opportunities. And I think that those things are only possible when we develop those leadership skills. We're going to need solid leadership at all those different locations as we continue to expand and really hone in on how we manage those new projects, how we work together to make sure that those projects are impactful. And I think we only do that through good, solid leadership, which I think is what's really been beneficial from the training.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm going to put you on the spot since you are highly experienced. You've been in this industry, by the way, for a long time. How many years now?
35.
35 years,
Yeah.
exactly. started out in Oklahoma, then you spent some time in Kenya 1 year. So what do you why do you think it's important for the nonprofit world to develop their leaders?
One of the things we talked about in one of the classes, the leadership, the training that we've been doing is that problems don't solve themselves. And as we move forward, while opportunities grow, challenges can grow as well around that. Meeting earlier today about the Johnson County shelter, and there are a lot of things that we're going to have to work through. And without good, effective leadership, not only within the agency, but in the community as a whole, it's going to be much more difficult for us to really see that expansion happening. And so I think it's very important that we continue that kind of conversations internally and with the community at large, and being a leader, not just within our agency, but in the community as a whole. And I think that we do that, and I think we continue to make progress toward doing that better.
Yeah, totally agree. Man, I really appreciate you, what you do at Restart and for the community and the leader who you are. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to work with your team. We really enjoy every single moment that we get to talk to them as we share ideas and get to learn from them as well. Thank you, Jonathan.
Absolutely. And I would recommend this training to nonprofit partners, other people in the community. I think it's been really effective and helpful for us. Thank you.